Vince said, when I told him I was definitely leaving, and Vince and I were sitting down in Vince's office, and Vince said, I want you to do 3 favors for me. I want you to put over Shawn Michaels at In Your House, Omaha. I said, fuck yes. He said, I want you to put Taker over at WrestleMania. I said, anything for Mark. I said, I worked with Mark, and he had broken ribs, and he was still doing the gimmick where he had to sit up all the time. He had this flak vest on to try to protect his ribs, and that motherfucker, man, it was, So anything for Mark. And then he said, and I want you to put over the Warrior. And I said, I'll do it on Raw if he can take one on me. And he said, what do you mean? I said, in a shoot, if he can take one on me, I'll do the fucking job. He said, well, all right then, how about just those 2? I said, yeah, cool. Then I challenged him, the Warrior, to a fight on Twitter. I challenged him, the Warrior, to a shoot fight on Twitter. And I fucking typed like whatever it was back then, 140, and I type it and I just send it out, and I'm like, what the fuck? He comes back with like this edited, there's like 33 edits in it. He spent 3 fucking days of his life, because I just told him, like, hey man, we each put up $100,000, we'll just fucking get in the ring, we'll just go. He just kind of, went. They were holding people back because they were on top, because everyone knows that Vince puts people on top that don't draw. But no, nothing had changed except I was opening match. I need 9 months to train. Obviously, you don't respect the mixed match. I'm just thinking to myself, so I'm watching this thing, and I'm looking at all these edits and how many days it must have took for him to do this. Something like, oh, wow, man. Like, I didn't realize like you would give me that much real estate in your brain. So then it jumped forward, and now it's the Hall of Fame. And he's going in. And I'm there.